What's up? What's happening? It's the one and only Jeff Axel. Dropping the people elbow on the hating hoes. Feeling good, feeling great, man. Got Jay Boogie with me, got Tajon Archive with me. How y'all living today, man?
Doing good.
Can't complain, man.
Shit, I can complain. We're just gonna jump right into it. Today is February 20th, and like the All-Star weekend was definitely interesting. Dunk contest was actually fire, despite what a lot of people said. Like Matt McClung did some impressive shit. Steph Castle had some impressive dunks too.
Yeah,
I can't even lie about that.
Yeah,
that behind the back with the left, that was crucial. I can't get credit for his shit. But Andre Jackson, like I told Darius, I hope he hops on this pod because he was trying to hype him up. He just got bounced. Nigga got no creativity. Who does a double pump jam? Like Clyde Drexler ass dunks.
Incorrect.
But yeah, like 3-point contest was cool. But the All-Star game, I'll just jump right into it and then I'll pass it to y'all. I didn't really like the format. I don't agree with the rookie sophomores being there. They didn't belong on the Sunday court. I didn't like the fact that we got 33 minutes of actual basketball and TNT was glazing themselves. Then they had Kevin Hart there, and then you had like 3 hours of commercials. Wasn't really a fan of that. I felt bad for the first time All-Stars because someone might not get back there. Like Tyler Hero, he hits 2 threes and he only gets like 5 minutes. That's why I hated about it. Like I hated the scoring cap. To stop it at 40. Like if you was to do that format, push it up to like 60 or 80. These are the best players in the league.
Yeah.
Like you can't cut it off at 40 and expect it to be like nobody could really get into a rhythm. Then they stopping it 17-minute intermissions for like shooting contests with Mr. Beast, whoever the fuck that is. I'm old. And then you got like the tribute to TNT. You stop it for 17 minutes. The players was fed up. SGA was about to cuss out Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
I really didn't like the fact that it wasn't a lot of basketball play. You need to go back to 4 quarters. Like, fuck a scoring cap. These are the best players. Like, they didn't fly all the way out there to get a couple minutes. Like, Pistons fans was on my timeline heated. They haven't had an All-Star since Blake. That's going back 7 years ago. And they only got to see their All-Star for 5 minutes. That's what I hated about it the most. First time All-Stars didn't really get a chance to showcase shit.
Yeah.
League already don't showcase them like that. That was like that was some guy's moment to really like put on. And K got a nice dunk like on Wemby, but he only played 1 game for 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Like one guy from Turkey was like, man, I stayed up to 4 a.m. to watch Şengün, and Şengün played 4 minutes. So like people, that's why I hated about the format. Tay, what you think about this? Now I'll swing to Jay Boogie, ask his opinion.
I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't like it. It's solid. It needs improvement, but I do see the vision of it. Like the scoring cap. So here's my thing on the scoring cap. If we raise the scoring cap, then the complainers out there we might get a non-competitive game. You know, if with no scoring cap, they're just gonna be shooting threes, throwing lobs, playing around. The scoring cap is low to keep it. You can't do that. You can't just shoot full court shots and stuff like that. Like the game's going to 40. Like you turn around, the game's over. This is how they have to make it competitive. Y'all blaming the wrong people. I don't know why we're blaming Adam Silver. Tell the players to start playing.
No,
I don't know why. It has nothing to do with Adam Silver. Like we gotta stop. He's like, bro. What other commissioner is gonna keep switching? Like, oh, let's try this. Let's try that. Like, no one else. Adam Silver is way up here to me. I don't know what people be talking about. He gets so much blame for what the players are doing. The players aren't trying to play competitively. Understandable, don't want to get hurt, but don't say nothing about no Adam Silver. He's doing everything he possibly can. Scoring, if there's a scoring cap at 80, it might not be competitive. Score might be 81, well, 81 to 68, a bunch of lobs, bunch of full court threes. If it's at 40, we complain again. Oh, it's not enough. Like there's no medium. It's the players. It is the players. But this was refreshing. Just to touch on this, it was refreshing to me. Like I did like the 4 teams. Maybe that Rising Stars team could be switched out with something else. But again there's a reason why they were playing that day because they won on Friday. So that again, same thing with the NBA players. The same thing y'all complain about No, it's not competitive. Not competitive. That's making it competitive. That on Friday, that tournament, whoever wins that, oh, we get to play the All-Stars if you win this. They're gonna try their hardest and they're gonna play the All-Stars, try to beat the All-Stars, try to go to the championship round. But yeah, like I don't see why we're complaining. Just wait, it's the players. The players run the league, not the commissioner. He gotta try stuff like this because all these like they get to the All-Star game, they be mad when they don't make it. Just to start throwing full court shots. I get it. It's an All-Star game, but
we just want to see the summer energy. I feel what you're saying.
Yeah, like that's how I feel about it. It's not Adam Silver. Like,
yeah.
And then on top of that, and the whole summer thing, I think you can play more freely in the summertime because if you do get an August injury, even if it's like a 2-month injury, you'll be back for the first game. If you get hurt in this All-Star game, if you miss 2 months, your season's over. Like that's it.
So that brings up a valid point. Do you feel like it should do what the NFL did and put it like kind of after the season, like after the finals?
Yeah,
you think that'll help?
That would make it more competitive.
Yeah,
and I think they could intertwine like some kind of league. They all be playing in these leagues, like maybe for a dunk contest, something like that. Bring in some professional dunk, like something. Like I think they could really do something with that. So that's probably why I think. Really, it's because All-Star game is kind of close to the playoffs. Like you get a medium injury, you can ruin the chemistry.
Kobe, and he played through his broken nose. That's the only player that's ever been hurt in an All-Star game.
Yeah, but I mean, but you can always be the first. Like they don't want it. They don't want that to happen. All these guys are in the playoffs. Like every single player, like has a possibility of making the playoffs still. Anthony Simons, he not like these are all guys that can be in the playoffs. So I get it. They're just thinking about the bigger picture, and the way you really fix it is you got to make it after the season or something like that because it's close to the play. Like playoffs start in April. 2 months. Like I said, you get a 2-month injury, you're done. Your team ain't gonna win nothing now. Like that's just it could derail your season getting hurt this late. So. It's really the players. It's just the mentality of the players. Like, I get it. I think the game should be moved though to after the season. That would probably solve everything, and you can go back to the original All-Star game, Lay's chips. If y'all still like that, cool. But we can probably go back to that if it's after the season.
For sure.
Jay Boogie, what's your thoughts on the All-Star game and the weekend in general?
I feel like the skills challenge should be back to actual point guards and actual like showcasing like people that can actually fit. Like back then, you had Steve Nash, Chris Paul, and them. Even you had like LeBron James and D Wade. Like make it entertaining to where you actually bring star players because you can't get hurt in the skills challenge, right? And then what Chris Paul and Wembanyama did, they didn't know the rules, so it's kind of like you just sit there and be like, all right. Because, I'm so 50-50 with it. And then moving on to the All-Star format, I agree with both of y'all points. With the Jeff point about Cade Cunningham only getting short minutes, Sengun getting short minutes, it's like I'm balling out all season just to get 4 minutes of play. It's kind of like, what's the purpose of me getting selected if I'm getting like 2 to 4 minutes? And then to take point about players got to get involved. Wembanyama was locked in defensively, like towards the end, like throughout the whole time. But like he was really trying to like for him to be the only one. That's
Triple J too. I think Triple J played the good.
Oh yeah, Jaren for sure. And that's the thing. It's like somebody got to like bring that off to it. And then LeBron not playing just really killed it because I'm like the OGs. You had Steph, KD. Kyrie, all of them on one team. And then the guy, what I'm saying? Like, if you was to set out, Norman Powell could have mentioned the All-Star, or whoever could have pressed LeBron. So it's like, and then with the Kevin Hart, the TNT thing, Latin Adam Silver is going to be the last time that ever happened. Because I'm like, I feel like that's what kind of killed the players to play even harder was that just sat there literally just watching these folks just ramble. You could have done that after the show with they could have been more accurate because it's an all-star game of basketball players hooping. Why are you stopping for, you know what I'm saying? I'm 50-50 with it. So I just feel like I'm cool with the tournament and stuff, with the format. Just don't do that TNT stand-up comedy stuff ever again. Because I'm looking at, I think it was somebody pointing out where it was SGA, somebody body language was like completely off. Like they just didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? They just want to go out there and hoop. So I'm like, if you trying to do new stuff, think it through instead of just like trying to jump the gun for like viewership and ratings. Because you got actually the best players in the world showcasing. You got people from traveling all over the place just to come and, like you said with Sangoon, the dude from Turkey, like you don't play 4 minutes and he stayed up late. Like you got to think about it all aspects of just looking at it from one side. Because now the fans just like, now you got people complaining, people okay with it. Like it's all over the place. So now I just feel like if you're not looking at it from a basketball standpoint, I mean it's pretty much the priorities of it. I mean because the biggest thing people talked about was 3-point contest or the dunk contest. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then to see KD and Steph and all the OGs on one team, it could have been more competitive. But with LeBron sitting out, it killed the vibe because it was a last-minute decision. No one saw it coming. Pause. And, pretty much, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm 50-50 with it. I felt like the tournament situation was great. It just, with the scoring cap, if you allow these players to get more minutes, extend it a little bit, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't just, all right, let's throw it out here, but we're not going to look at the side effects. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't no reason why Cade and people like Cade, Cunningham, Sangoon, balling out, and then they only get like 2 or 4 minutes.
Right.
So it's kind of like I said, I'm 50-50 with it because we got to evolve at some point, right? But at the same time, stick to the fundamentals of it. Don't just completely change it all to where people like the Cade, Cunninghams, and them bringing their families and stuff. And then you got the whole fan base pissed off because you don't play 2 4 minutes. So it's kind of like you got to look at the whole aspect of it, but not just like the one side of it. Because you don't know what you're leaving out. So I'm 50-50 with it.
For sure. Now, one thing I keep hearing people put this suggestion out, and I'm telling them to fuck out of here, is the U.S. versus the world thing. Like the world has great front court players, but I'm not trying to watch these Dylan Brooks ass niggas get all-star spots over deserving players because like their wings and guards ain't up to snuff. After SGA, it gets cold outside for their backcourt players. Jamal Murray's probably the only other all-star caliber guard that's foreign. But like I'm not watching Schroeder. I'm not like Bilal Koulibaly. Like, no, man. Like, so enough of that US versus the world shit. I don't want to sound like I'm xenophobic, but everybody just swears that the world is like so fucking deep with players. They got great front court players. They probably got us beat with that. Yeah. But once you get to the wings and back court, it gets cold outside, bro. So stop suggesting that shit. It's just like national media. I keep hearing people throw that out. It's like, yo, after like 8 or 9 players, it's a huge fucking drop off. So hell,
they pretty much almost like 20 years late. Because back then you had your backcourt and front court with like Argentina to Spain, but now either they got a good front court or it's a good back court, but not both. So I definitely agree with that for sure because I'm like, y'all waited too late. I mean, like, yeah, you got the Jokic, the Giannis, the Embiids and them, but like once you get to like the point guards and the wing position, it's like it's hit or miss.
Yeah, like, I'm not trying to watch Cade Cunningham lose an all-star spot to fucking Dylan Brooks. I'm sorry. I'm sleeping.
Dylan the villain.
But yeah, man, it's just. And here's my thing too. Like last point about the All-Star, somebody brought up the 92 All-Star game compared to what we saw on Sunday. You got them pages that strictly hate today's NBA and try to like glaze everything back then. And I'm a guy that does like I like all eras, but that 92 All-Star game, the final score was 153 to 113. So I'm like, yo, it wasn't competitive like y'all think back then, bro. Like motherfuckers was throwing alley-oops to each other. It wasn't like lockdown defense. Like the 01 All-Star game, yeah, that was like 100 to 101. That game was fire. 2012, that was a 1-point game. 2020, that game was fire.
Yeah.
2016, that game was fire. So like these niggas from the 90s and 80s acting like their games were super competitive. Fuck out of here, yo. Like we got footage, bro.
We done.
None of the games went down to the wire. None of them.
Yeah,
they gotta stop the cap. It's certain pages that, especially on Twitter, that specifically just shit on like this generation.
Yeah,
act like nobody from like teams from back then was all great. Because like perfect example, when I move on, this one page. I don't even want to mention his name because he's kind of aggravating. But he mentioned like how he highlighted how the Wizards were doing bad or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, yo, this is basketball today, out. So I quote tweeted, I was like, yo, you know the Mavericks in 92-93 went 11-71, right? Like, it's bad teams in every fucking decade.
The New Jersey Nets, when they
they started 0-18. Like you sitting here say, oh, the basketball today is like, yo, it's been shitty teams in every single decade. Every single one. Boy. So to point out the worst team that's out now and just act like it's never been bad teams, that's an indication of how basketball is today. It was literally one day after the Grizzlies and Rockets game where it was 120 to 119. And somebody like, yo, you could have tweeted about that. But you just want to push an agenda. That's the thing, yo. I don't like these agenda pushing pages, bro.
And I feel like that's what really, in my opinion, is killing the love for the game. Not what, like, yeah, for the love and just talk about it, because now everybody want to play the numbers game, but everybody trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? Because when you compare eras, like, I wasn't there for Michael Jordan, Magic, and Bird and them. I was more like the Kobe's, the T-Max, the Melos, Chris, all them, the 2000s to like now. Like, that's why I hate the LeBron and Jordan debate so much. Because they're two different players. And one thing they got in common, they're not known for shooting at all. But everything else, they're different. But the one similarity they got is they was not known to shoot the basketball like that. So it's kind of like, if anybody would compare to Jordan, it would have to be Kobe because he freaking still played a little bit prime of Michael Jordan, and he taught Kobe everything. So I'm like, I don't know, man. That's why when I look at LeBron now, I appreciate everything he's done for the game and everything, but it's like I couldn't take it seriously when it's like after they won the bubble, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like it just felt like a gimmick run, in my opinion.
I disagree with that. I just feel like what he's doing at age 40, we've never seen a 40-year-old play at this level.
Yeah, it's like the antics, like outside of basketball, like
like the whole like clutch sports shit. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's just like leave that alone and just focus on, like, you know what I'm saying? Like not it's almost like a reality show with this stuff.
He was called the chosen one at like 15 or 16. So his whole life he's been the center of attention. So he don't know no other way.
Yeah, it just when he got to LA, I knew it was gonna be like, all right, you in Hollywood. Now it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just I see it a little differently outside of basketball. That's why I relate to more to KD, because he just got there and just hoop. You don't care about you know what I'm saying? Like I hoop, we all hoop. So it's like that's why more people in terms of basketball can like rock with KD, because he just go out there and just hoop. And he just love the game.
Hey, why you make that face, yo?
That I don't know. You need to follow him on Twitter. KD just hoops, but nah, he cuts people out every single day on Twitter.
That's just KD, but I'm just talking about like outside the Twitter stuff. I mean, what other drama you hear from him though? Or like any nonsense? He just is nerdy Twitter and basketball. Like I expected at least from someone from that type of, you know, reputation he got. But I'm like all this other stuff, bro. I'm just like.
See, this is my only issue with the Bron Jordan thing. Because I remember when Jordan was on the Wizards. And it was just like, oh, Michael Jordan's still playing good. Good job. It was no playoff expectations on this nigga. But with Bron in year 22, he still got to be the same LeBron from when he was 28 years old. I think that's just ridiculous, bro.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Any other 40-year-old, nobody treats them like LeBron. Like, yo, you got to win. Oh, you're not doing it. Like, people were criticizing that he missed game winners yesterday against the Hornets, but it wasn't his fault. He was cooking yesterday. He was playing well.
Yeah.
It was his teammates that was stinking yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like I'm never knocking about his on court stuff. It's just the off court stuff, and then somehow it get translated to the on court. Because I mean, to be honest, every player that left with Bron either got really better or they, you know what I'm saying, like with the Westbrook situation, people forget he was the reason why Westbrook even came to the Lakers. He wanted him there. And look what happened. Everybody was blaming Westbrook. But like people don't want to look at the, you know what I'm saying? It's just the little stuff that people don't pinpoint to where like if I went on Facebook, the Bron sexuals, you thought it was a beehive. For real.
I know about the Bron sexuals.
Oh, like I'm sitting here like, bro, like I'm not diminishing what he done for the game and everything because his longevity is incredible. And just still, I think a few games ago before the All-Star break, he put up 47-11 against the Warriors. Like, bro, that's incredible. It's just but I mean, it's LeBron, so it's kind of like all the paparazzi, so it's gonna be on you regardless. It's just a matter of, you know what I'm saying, how you handle certain stuff in certain times. But honestly, I'm never knocking what he done for the game of basketball in general. It's just, I don't know, I look at KD like, you know, just another dude I just hoop with. Because he just a pure hooper.
So with Bron, speaking of, they took a terrible fucking loss to the Hornets yesterday. It was a makeup game from the fire situation. LaMelo Ball and Miles Bridges both played fairly well. Got him up out of there. Now, I'm going to give Luka time because I'm a patient person. I'm not a Lakers fan. I wish nothing but bad things for them motherfuckers, but last night he went 5-18 from the field, 14 points. Defense is still suspect. Doesn't look like he's shaking off a lot of rust, to be fair.
Yeah,
but they was attacking his ass on defense. Like it was LaMelo putting him on the island, ISO just blowing past him. Lakers fans are very impatient. So I think they get this like another week or two, but they really start complaining. But they got to play the Nuggets, who are on an 8-game winning streak. Jokic playing at elite level. MPJ playing better. Jamal Murray just came off a 55-point game. Nuggets are really hitting their stride at the moment. They play this Saturday, and they don't even have AD to guard Jokic. So he's about to put Jackson Hayes and Alex Len in the blender.
No, they got Alex Len for a reason, remember?
Yeah. The best.
They got him for a reason.
Shit. Man, Jokic gonna have 38 points, man.
He got, and then it's like Alex Len. I'm like, what? Like, nah, bro. Like that's what I kept saying on the last episode. They brought Luka for the future, not for the present.
Yeah, that's gonna be ugly because like their schedule's actually tough. They're playing the Blazers, who have been playing better. They play them tonight. Then they play like nothing but playoff teams. So if they don't get it together soon, they could fuck around and be in the play-in mix. They was a 4th seed. They was riding high. But it looked like they're missing Max Christie for sure. Like his perimeter defense.
I still don't know why. It's not my team. That's LeBron and the Lakers. I'm still trying to see why they let him go.
They don't have that backline defense that protects Luka because in Dallas, they had the backline defenders. You had P.J. Washington. You had Gafford. You had Lively. And like the fact it's got to be Jackson Hayes, Finney Smith at times, and Vanderbilt. But Vanderbilt can't shoot. So he can only play a certain amount of minutes. I'm looking at the Lakers like, oh, I don't know, man. I wish nothing but bad things for him, but just unbiased. Like, I'm like, yo, they done took a loss to Utah. They took a loss to Charlotte at the crib. And then their schedule about to get tough. So if they go on a loser streak, Lakers fans is fickle as hell. So I don't know. Say, how you feeling about this Lakers and Nuggets matchup?
It's a bad matchup for the Lakers, regardless of whoever's on the roster. It's a bad matchup with AD, but yeah, I just think with the whole Luka thing, he's gotta give him some time. Like it was his first game. off the minute restriction. Like, he's too good of a player. Like, I'm not panicking over that. Like, I'm not doing that. Nah. He'll be just fine. But we all knew this roster sucked. Like, you know, I didn't really think it was a good roster with it. Like, before the trade, it's still like, you know, it was all right. But like, they had about 5 or 6 players like you really worry about, and it's kind of like that now. It's a little less now, but yeah, their roster got a long way to go. They're not even close. They're not even close. Like it had to be like 3 or 4 moves. They're not like 1 or 2 moves doesn't do it. They're not even close. They don't have a lot of bench. They don't have depth. They don't have any bigs. Don't tell me Jackson Hayes. Yeah. So they just gotta. They're gonna need like an off season or two. But yeah, we knew their roster sucks.
Yeah,
that's an impatient fan base. You think they want to wait like a year or two, especially since they were like hitting their stride before that trade? Like,
oh, they're gonna blame the GM.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
it's just I don't know, man. It's just it's so weird because I'm like, you would have thought that would have been a little bit more smarter after getting Luka. Just get an actual big that can contain a player like Jokic in your own conference. But it's like you got Jackson Hayes, who I don't know, man. That's why I was just like, they're not
He
really.
had 4 rebounds last night, mind you.
See what I'm saying? Like that's not. I mean, I can't talk stuff because I got my own all-star who only getting like 6 rebounds. But you know what I'm saying? So it's like I can't talk smack about that in general, but like still like if you've been for the future, you better do something for the offseason quick. Cause I don't know what the free agency looking like this offseason.
Well, they still got Austin Reeves on the squad. He's been playing well. I think Rui's still gonna be there. But like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to say you got to trade Austin Reeves. He's on a great contract. But like him, Bron, and Luka might be a little redundant. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because like I said, like I would just if I was them, I would just focus on trying to reconstruct their bench and then work their way from there. Because like I said, when you trying to be the best team in the Western Conference, you gotta have like at least a good starting 5 and a good enough bench in depth. Cause I mean, like I said, bro, it's just when I heard they got Luke on, like they built it for the future. They can't focus on the present because you didn't get nothing after Luka and you let go AD and Christie. Like, yeah, we know AD might not can't stop Jokic, but he still can get buckets too. I mean, I think in the playoffs, in the first round, he was averaging 27 and 15.
Yeah,
Now,
he won't defend at a high level too. That's what was making him good this year. Like he was playing really good defense on the back end this season. He always has, but like that's why when they was hitting their stride, he was playing at a high level. And
you can't really replace that. Or I don't know, bro. It's just I'm still like feeling like look, I'm still shell shocked because I'm like, it's like, I mean,
yeah, you can tell he's still trying to process everything. He doesn't have a lot of lift. I think he'll be fine, but Lakers fans ain't trying to hear that shit. They want immediate results. You know how they do.
And that's why I feel bad for him because look how they talked about my boy Westbrook. Like that was so happy to let go on AD. I'm like, who gonna guard Jokic now? Even more. You got guy on Jackson Hayes and Alex Len and Vanderbilt. I mean, he hasn't played over 2.5 seasons. So I'm just sitting here like, y'all getting happy getting rid of.
They tried trading for Mark Williams, and he didn't really play well enough to me yesterday. I would have been pissed and motivated if I was him. He had 10 points and 9 rebounds, but I was expecting a little bit more. They said you was damaged goods, my nigga. They turned you down. I would have been out there. He got boomed on by Bron, something serious too. Another matchup this weekend that's fire. Knicks and Cavs. They play this Friday. The 1 seed versus the 3 seed. Cavaliers, they made some recent moves. Got DeAndre Hunter, picked up Javonte Green off the buyout market. That helps him out with like wing depth, gives him some size and some athleticism. I don't know if Original Gangster comes back yet. I gotta check with Tay on that, but I don't know when Mitch Robinson's coming back either. At this point, I think it's probably too late in the season for him to really get acclimated and be well enough. Yeah. But Cat's playing at a high level. Josh Hart's playing at a high level. Brunson's still cooking. Bridges is doing all right.
I'm on Bridges.
You say you're high on him?
Like like he's one of my favorite players to watch in the league since he got to the league. So I always expect good things from him just because I'm like, you seen what he did against the Spurs, was it on Christmas or something? Like,
yeah.
How he played that game is absolutely Miles Bridges, like in full flesh. So that's why I feel like in the playoffs, this might be a hot take. I feel like he has one of the more X factors because he can score on all three levels. It's just a matter of fact of him just knocking it down because, I mean, dude got the mid-range on lock. He can defend. His wingspan is hella crazy. So I'm just sitting here and like, because that didn't bring you to the Knicks, just to bring you over there and like, so.
Yeah, he spent 6 first-round picks on him. So
that's my Knicks, I expect them to book, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, regular season, but when the playoffs starts, like, they're going to need, if anything, he's scoring.
They got a losing record against, like, some of the best teams in the league. So they played them, and then they play us on Sunday. So I'm looking to see what Bridges does on these next 2 games. This is what they brought him in for. They brought him in to, like, be the lockdown defender. He probably going to be guarding Mitchell on Friday. And that should be a good game. I don't know who's going to win that one, man. Like, last time they played, I think the Knicks beat them, if I'm not mistaken. Tay, how you feel about this game?
It's gonna be interesting. I wish everyone's fully healthy like always, but it is what it is. Got to deal with the situation. But we weren't playing so well like right before the All-Star. We needed this break. We definitely need this break. So I think we could come back, just come back straight through the break out the gate and just, pick up a little something, pick up a little emotion. But yeah, it's gonna be tough without OG. He was a game time decision before the All-Star break. Like he really didn't have to come back. It is what it is. Like, what'd you say?
What injury he got?
Foot, something like that. It's something. It's like lower body. It's something like that. Like it's not. He could have been back. Like you could play it. It's really a day-to-day injury. I can't remember exactly. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, it's something in his foot. But yeah. I mean, we just gotta. He might be out maybe a couple games, but just gotta figure out a way to win. Like I said, we do have Bridges. We got Brunson. We have Cat. Got 2 All-Stars in the team. Just gotta figure it out. Got to play through injuries and yeah, I hopefully everyone's healthy because if one person is hurt for the playoffs, there's no shot. Like everyone, we have to have the entire team.
I agree.
We have to have the entire team. If one person's out, we don't have a chance. Like everyone is so important to the team in their own way. Like we can't afford to lose like anyone, not even people on the bench. Like we need to have 100% health or it's not going to be too well for us.
Are you comfortable with Tom Thibodeau overplaying them like he did last postseason?
Yeah. What other choices? Yeah. Who you going to play?
True.
That's how I be seeing it. Yeah, if he had a bench and he was just ignoring bench players, or if we had like a budding young player, like, why is he not getting it? We don't have that.
Yeah. No, because it's like when you factor in like the health and injuries and stuff, it's like
it's no one else to play. I wish
it's such a like a because I'm like, bro, like
why haven't y'all done anything on the buyout market, yo? Are y'all like too cash strapped to do that?
I guess so.
Everybody done hit the buyout market. Like we got Torrey Craig, Cavs got Javonte Green. It ain't got to go nobody over the top, but like another front court piece wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
I guess he just felt like, just fully healthy. We don't need any other
the
players.
rookie's all right though. Hop Tua or Hop Pori.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like maybe we saw that and was like, because he's been playing more recently too. Especially when Cat doesn't play. But yeah, I wasn't really the buyout market didn't move me. When does the buyout market ever like help a team? Like honestly,
I think Torrey Craig can kind of help us.
He's not gonna help. He's not. You're just saying that because he's on the Celtics. Torrey Craig was on any of the other teams. Nobody would care.
We ain't doing that.
He's not gonna help. When has Torrey Craig ever helped? Come on.
He was on the Suns when they went to the finals. What you mean?
And bro, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, DeAndre. No, nobody. No.
I'm just saying he can help, man. Like if Hauser ain't hitting his shots, and we need somebody who can hit shots and defend at a higher level, we can put Torrey Craig. That's how I'm looking at him.
He's not gonna help y'all. I just don't like the buyout market. It's a buyout market for a reason. It's never gonna like help your team out. It's never gonna do anything for you. Like
if Ben Simmons plays like he did against Utah, which I highly doubt, but he looked really motivated out there. He was like actually contributing. He had like 12, 7, and 6 with 3 steals. He looked all right. Yeah, maybe that'd be something.
Even ball out for sure.
Actually.
But they play the Bucks. I don't know if Giannis comes back from his injury.
I mean to coach y'all because when you said the Bucks, Bobby Portis suspended
25 games. That shit hurt them, boy.
Man, I'm sitting there like, and then Giannis out too. I'm like,
I don't know. Like, I would love for Detroit to pass him up in the standings, but I don't think that's happening. I think they're a little too far back.
Never say never.
You're right. That Portis injury, suspension definitely hurts. He took the wrong pill. Like, I thought he was off to that fucking boy for a second. Like, yo, tell me Bobby Portis snorting coke, man. But it was like he wanted to take Toradol, but he took Treramol or whatever the fuck that is.
Dog, like that boy on. Oh, I want to throw this in too. I felt like because this really made me mad when they announced this all over Twitter about some executive thinking we're gonna trade Ja Morant. I'm sitting here like, you know what? Because All-Star Weekend was so iffy, you just had to like hurry up and just bring this into the. So I just felt like it was just awkwardly timed. I'm just sitting here like, bro, like. They did this during the 21-22 season when he was out for like 11, 12 games. It was like, oh, we might trade y'all because we want to 11-game winning streak. I'm like, y'all do this every single time to us. Like, worry about y'all precious King LeBron and them. Don't worry about us. We good over here. God darn. I'm so sick of it.
You wouldn't be interested in that?
No, I'm not.
But nobody. Memphis fan was feeling it, bro. I seen it on Twitter. Like every Memphis fan was mad as hell. Now, I'm looking at it like this. I'll pass it to you after this, Tay. GMs are looking like, yo, Ja hasn't been there the last 2 years. He's hurt. Jaren Jackson took another step, and they the 2 seed. So instead of paying him a supermax, they might put him on the market. That's how other GMs are looking at it. Tay, what do you think?
Go ahead, Tay. Go ahead, Tay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. If I was a Grizzlies fan, I'm not. But if I was a Grizzlies fan, and they were talking about we should trade Ja, I mean, it would depend on who. Like, if it was a player I felt of that caliber or better, I would be interested. Like anyone from my team. Like if the Knicks said, "Oh, we're gonna trade Jalen Brunson," I'm gonna be like, it better be for someone equal or better. Like we better get Anthony Edwards back or something like that. But yeah. Like I wouldn't just like close your ears on Ja, because we didn't see some dumb trades, Luka for AD, like we didn't see some dumb trade. Like you never know, like y'all can trade Ja for Steph and LeBron at the same time. Who knows? Man. Who knows? Ooh. Who knows?
So Jay, you speak for like every Memphis fan I've seen on my timeline. Like how do you feel about the rumors?
Because I'm sitting here like. We can go way back to where he had that gun situation. The contract that Desmond Bain got could have went to Ja if he didn't get in trouble. So all of this, and that's why I'm just like, with him staying healthy, I get that. But I'm like, at this point, and I felt like with this Luka trade, I just felt like now, like, Minnesota's fans saw some fake pages talk about some GM trying to trade in. Now you hearing real sources saying that, executives think we should trade Ja. I'm like, if we ever trying to trade Ja, we got, like Tay said, you got to get someone equal as him or someone better. And I'm sitting here like, we still got to pay Jaren and we still got to pay Santi. So I'm just like, and I still don't know what the free agency market looks like this offseason for that even to be the thought of. Because I'm like, what other point guard? Not no small forward, not no power forward, another point guard. Because our backup point guard is literally Scottie Pippen Jr. See what I'm saying? So it's like, at some point, I'm just like, what gives? Because I'm just like, at the end of the day, bro, like, yeah, we have spurts where we play or we win games without Ja Morant. But at the end of the day, with Ja, I mean, he's the reason why we even had those 2 great seasons. And then people forget those 2 great seasons, everybody kept questioning, is Jaren going to step up? He was injury prone. So I'm sitting here like all the narrative now is switched on to Ja. So I'm just like, I'm not surprised about this stuff from hearing from executives. It's just something to spark up because I'm like, I just realistically can't see us trading Ja with someone that's
GM shut it down too. Kleiman, he was like, "Fuck out of here! It's fake news."
Yeah.
XYZ. But I'll tell you this, man. NBA GMs is fickle. He get one more injury-prone year, they're gonna start looking at it. Like I've seen better players. I mean, not the Ja. I think Memphis needs it.
Yeah.
I've seen better players traded just due to like injury concerns, and they looking like, yo, we gotta pay, especially since y'all a small market team too. So y'all don't have the money to keep every single player.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be like, hey man, like we can build around Triple J. He led us to the 2 seed, and Ja ain't been here for like past 2-3 years. Like that's just how them type of dudes think.
Yeah, it's just I'm looking at the timing of like if this ever happened, who are you looking at? What player? Because you can't just get Ja for a Todd Jerome. No offense to him, but it's not gonna work.
I hate to say it, he ain't efficient. But if Ja misses another year, they be like, hey man, well, we could get Trae Young.
I was just about to say that.
I'm not knocking that. I'm not knocking that. It's just the fact that I just feel like now that we the second seed and we trying to figure stuff out, it's just the time of this report. Cause I'm just like, old distraction.
Well, these other GMs are hating for sure.
Yeah, like they did this years ago when we was like picking up our strides. So I'm just like, all right, we get it. What's going on with Ja Morant staying healthy? It's not about his game. It's not about what he's doing on the court. Just him staying healthy. And I'm gonna be a little bit biased. The referees got to call these fouls from him because how he plays, he don't play soft. He gonna attack to the rim and trying to like absorb contact. So I'm just like, it's a 50-50. He got to learn how to choose his shots more consistently to where he got to take those mid-range shots or floaters. And then yet again, you got to protect your players and call these fouls because I'm like, he ain't built like no Kay Cunningham or whatever. Like this dude's a wiry frame 6'2" guard. So I'm just like, and half these injuries this season wasn't his fault. The thigh screen to his shoulder, and then Harry Jones like pulled his jersey, and the dude from the Lakers and Josh trying to catch the lob, he went under him and he fell. So I'm not gonna sit here and just act like all this injury was his fault. It just happens. You know what I'm saying? So you can't control certain things like that, and then just, you know what I'm saying? But it's just, I just felt like whoever GM or what GM said this clearly trying to start some BS.
Oh, 100%.
So it's like,
it wants to cause like some diversion in that locker room for sure.
Yeah.
They probably jealous of how Memphis be drafting development players. There's a lot that goes into that. But like I said, these GMs, they be looking at the bigger picture sometimes. Like, yo, he got 3 straight years where he injured, and
other
guy has been here and leading us here. It get a little spooky sometimes.
Yeah, and now I give so much credit to Jaren for stepping up, being healthy, and being consistent by staying healthy. Because, like I said, at one point people was questioning his health, and then ever since last season, his whole game grew.
Yeah.
Offensively and defensively, of course. So like now you see the consistency, just the fact that now, like, for your star player, he got to look at his own health. It's not about his game. We're not questioning that. It's just your health. Because he see his boys on young going through these trade talks because he can't stay healthy. Now he got to look at it from his perspective, like, okay, I'm the star player. I'm the franchise. Obviously now, like, how things going for Jaren, now it's like, okay, I got to, like, just be available. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And then how things going for our team, now we're not telling Ja to be the 30 point, 40-point John Morant he was seasons ago. Because now you got someone like Jaren who stepped up a lot. Just be you. But at the same time, protect yourself, because if you're not getting these calls, you got to figure out other ways, impact the game, scoring-wise. Because you can't just drive in all the time. Because they not, for whatever reason, they don't call these fouls John Morant. So
it's 2 more games I wanted to talk about before we wrap up. Timberwolves and Rockets, they play on Friday. And last time they played, it was a fire game. The Wolves are starting to find their stride. Julius Randle's been out, and Naz Reid has been cooking. So I don't know if the Wolves got to keep Randle as a 6-man option. He probably ain't going to like it. But they just flow better.
He got big ego, bro. He ain't become on the bench. No way. No.
But like they cooking with Naz Reid as the 4. So he gonna have to take that L. McDaniels has been looking better recently. They finally playing Terrence Shannon Jr. and playing some of the other young guys. Minnesota's starting to turn it around a little bit. Ant-Man's still playing at a high level. Tay, you got any takes about that game?
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be an interesting game. Definitely gonna watch it. It's a 9:30 game, so yeah. Yeah, you were right. You were right. The Timberwolves have been playing better. Naz Reid, just being Naz Reid. Jaden has been improved on offense. I don't know, like that Julius Randle trade, it's not looking good. Like they look better when he's not there than when he is there. I don't know. He's not even. If he was a Julius Randle, he was in New York. Like, okay, I'm sure they'd be a better team, but he's kind of like he's been playing like a high level role player now. Like he's not playing like an All NBA player he once was just 2 years ago. Like I don't know. Maybe they try to trade him again for a wing. Like
I think that's definitely in play in the offseason for sure.
Yeah, like I think don't run this back. This wasn't one of those trades. Like any wing available or something like that, I think they should go that route. Maybe another power forward, but I don't know. Just not with Julius Randle. Not Julius Randle isn't the help man. Like he's not. How can I put this? Julius Randle should be a third option.
Yeah,
put it to you like that. You trade for Julius Randle for an extra oomph to your offense with your 2 guys. Like that's what Julius Randle's for. Not to be the second guy with Anthony Edwards. And then it was a downgrade too. Like I don't know, you go from Cat to New York. Or it could it looks like coaching to me. Because how come every time someone touches the Knicks, they're at their best? They go somewhere else before or after they're not the same player.
I mean, Thibodeau is definitely a better coach than Chris Finch.
Oh, I don't know. It's like let's just look at Julius Randle before and after. Look at any player that's been in New York the past like 5 or 6 years. Even everyone we traded. The only player that's probably got a little better was RJ. That's about it. Everyone else before and after. Look at them on the Knicks. Look at them on the other team. They're not as good.
Yeah, Thibodeau's he's a great coach. He a little minutes crazy, but outside of that, he gets the best out of guys. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
it's the best Josh Hart has ever played. For sure.
That's right. No one saw Josh Hart being like close to an all-star. Nobody saw that, but he's still getting better. I thought that was it. I thought, he's just a rebounder. Like Josh Hart be passing the ball. He runs the break.
Glue guy, perfect.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Yeah. Like a couple injuries go down. Like it might sound so crazy. Like say this should never happen. I hope not. Like if need be, Josh Hart could be like 28-8. Like if they absolutely needed that from him, Josh Hart could do that. Like he just has a limited skill set. This allows him to do whatever. Like I really do think Josh Hart could really he's holding himself back. If you ask me, like I'm not gonna say he's no star, but I think there's another notch he could get to.
So I see what you're saying. It is certain players you be like, man, they could do a little more. I'm not comparing him to this guy, but a guy from my era that was on that wave was Iguodala.
Right.
Like so, he was
and you can say he was a tweener as well, though. Like he was more so role player, but you could there's some
star moments in Philly.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah.
So he's not as good as Iggy was, but that was a guy from my era. It's he can do everything.
You don't think so?
Nah, I seen Iggy. Well, he's a better rebounder. He's a better rebounder for sure.
Right.
But Iggy was a 25 assist, 5 rebound guy too.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like Josh Hart just doesn't have that.
Better than Josh Hart. Respect.
It is. It is.
I'm not saying there's a big ass gap, but I'm saying that's kind of who.
Nick. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll get a slight edge to Iggy though. Iggy, he was on the Olympic team. Iggy is just a little bit better.
Josh Hart, he averages 15, 10, and 6. I don't know, man.
And then he's playing power.
Josh Hart, if need be, he can do 20, 10, and 8. I know he can. I know
I'm not knocking Hart. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying it's close. I'm not saying it's
it's definitely close. It's definitely close, but I don't know. I think there's more to Josh Hart, but
that's why I was saying
he's best at this. He's best at this role, but I think there's a little more that there's a little bit more out of Josh Hart. We just haven't seen yet. I mean, he continues to improve every year.
Yeah. But I'm interested to see how the Rockets do coming out of this break. They was really slipping. They went from the 2 to the 4 or 5 seed before the break. I know Shane Goon was out for a little bit and FVV was out for a while. But
man, that's the thing.
I don't know, man. The Western Conference is too close in the standings to be taking losing streaks. So they wanted to get it together.
Yeah, because now playing the Timberwolves, man, because I said this in our last episode, it was the Rockets in close games, it's they just get so.
They ain't got the half-court offense, which I was telling Darius. Well, I was they're not getting past the second round if they get there.
It's all dysfunctional, man, because I'm that can – every game is going to be competitive from them. If you keep it close in the fourth quarter against this team, it's almost you can easily pinpoint their weakness right off the gate. Because it's it was games where Fred just threw the game away, or games where Jalen Green was just taking crazy shots.
It's straight ISO down the stretch. They have a bottom 5 half-court offense. Yeah. They get a lot of their points of transition. They're cold as fucking transition, but you slow the game down on them.
Yeah.
And they got unless it's Shane Goon post-ups and occasional Jalen Green ISOs, it gets spooky for them.
Yeah.
Because as talented as Amen is, he's not really a floor spacing threat. He's talented as hell, but it's just.
And that's the thing, that floor spacing, Dylan Brooks, that game where the Celtics let him be a 3-point shooter. Man. He can have games like that, but trust me, he was on my team. I know his game right off the gate. He's definitely hit or miss with the floor spacing. Fred is more of a scoring guard. And then, with Jalen Green's and ISO, then Sengun is probably your best playmaker in the half-court set. And then
if you go with double at him, he don't really know what to do outside the double.
And that's the thing. I'm just in the playoffs, man, I'm always going to quote this from Kawhi Leonard. If you don't have a good half-court set offense in the playoffs, you're going to lose, and it's going to be bad. Because this is the same team with a 3-1 that didn't have a true point guard to really just calm them down and just figure out the offense and, just go from there. So that's why I feel like for them, it's their defense and that transition to go give them over the hump. But when it's a close game and competitive and teams that can defend, like if they play against the Clippers, that's going to be crazy. Because now you got to, go through, the Chris Dunns and with Ben Simmons, when he be locked in defensively, you can't just rely on just, and
Derrick Jones Jr. Yeah, they got a lot of
Derrick Jones,
defenders, yeah.
So you just when I look at these type games, I always say this about my team, we gotta take these games like it's a game 7. Especially when it's like a conference game against a playoff team, you have to treat this like it's a game 7. Because in the playoffs, you don't know what's gonna happen. And if you don't improve what you kind of been missing on, I mean, and then like I said, you don't want to face the Clippers in the first round defensively because, no one expects them to be this good this year. And then Kawhi Leonard is back. So I'm just
yeah, they definitely tough. Last game, I'm gonna be a little biased by saying this. Celtics, Knicks, I feel like we're gonna win our 3rd game against them. In all honesty, Brunson's gonna cook, but he'll play better than he did last game, I believe. But they just don't have anybody to stop the 2 J's. Tatum's averaging 38 against them boys. So we can move on past that. I don't want – we'll revisit that another time. Mavericks and Warriors. They had a pretty good game. Warriors been 3-1 since Butler has gotten there. They really haven't played great teams, though. But Butler being the free throw merchant there is actually working out. He's been getting a lot of fouls, and that gives him a different dynamic. Yeah. They're still the 10th seed, though. Draymond has sipped the Kool-Aid after a 4-game stretch. Talking about they're going to win a championship as the 10th seed. They could climb up. They got to climb up the standards first, but I'm a believer. Kuminga, he's still not back yet. His ankle sprain was really severe. They don't have a timetable. They say he's working his way back. They need Kuminga, though, in order for me to take them more serious. Steph does seem rejuvenated, but I'm not really sold on them yet. Dallas, depending on who all plays, I know they got multiple centers is out. They've been playing well post-trade. That should be a good game. Tay, how you feel about the Mavericks and Warriors? Then we can wrap after you and Jay Boogie.
All right. Mavericks and Warriors. That's a good matchup. It could be potential playoff. It sounds right. Both teams have been better. Since they made their big trades. I think I like the Mavs in that. I think I like the Mavs in that. Especially if AD's playing. AD should. You said what?
I think he's out, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, then never mind. Then this the Warriors are gonna easily win the game.
I don't know how easy now.
No, they're gonna beat them. They're gonna beat no AD. The Mavericks need AD.
They do, but I don't know about easy. They didn't easily beat them last time they played. They played a week ago.
This ain't a week ago. This is this week.
Hold up. All right. Good. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Warriors. I don't like the Mavericks without AD. I don't like any team without their best player. Honestly, it just doesn't seem right.
I dig that.
Yeah, and it's still the roster is similar to when Luka was there, and he would be out. When Kyrie Luka was hurt throughout the season, and Kyrie played a lot of games by himself. So it's the same thing, but I think the Warriors, Jimmy Butler does add a different dynamic. He has been playing better. He's been their best rebounder as well. Something and I don't think anyone really thought about. That happened.
Works well for a guard.
Yeah,
he's been a pretty good rebounder.
Yeah, he's been swinging the ball, stuff like that. So Jimmy Butler's different. He's not Andrew Wiggins. I don't know why you were saying that. Andrew Wiggins is the Diet Coke, Dr. Bob, great value version of Jimmy Butler. That's what it's not the other way around.
He said 2 drinks.
Andrew Wiggins wishes he was Jimmy Butler.
Good grief. He said 2 drinks off brand. What a minute.
He didn't win a game since the trade. That's a funny thing. They like 0-4.
Yeah, like they like. Good luck. Good luck to the Heat. Good luck to the Heat. They didn't get a. Well, they got they got the prototype, but they got the Diet Coke version. So,
yeah. Hey, how you feel about this Warriors and Mavs matchup?
Y'all know by now. I'm a big Kyrie enthusiast, and he always cooked the Warriors. So I'm expecting a masterclass performance again, because hey, I mean, he always had that numbers, and thankfully now they got Jimmy Butler, because there was no Jimmy. Who's gonna stop Kyrie? Damn sure ain't Steph. No offense to the Curry fans out there, but nah, we've seen that matchup since the 2015 finals. He ain't stopping Kyrie. But I feel like it's gonna be a competitive game for sure. I mean, I feel like still got at least your shooting, and then how Max Christie has been playing. I mean, like I said, throughout the whole season, it's always been a competitive game between these two teams. Now that both teams had made mega trades, it's just unfortunately the Mavs don't have AD. But
Clay revenge game could be something too.
Yeah, and then with the Warriors, what's the number one thing they do? They play small ball. So even without AD, I mean, still, you know what I'm saying? Like, because
they're missing 3 centers, so they missing Lively, Gafford. They're gonna have PJ Washington at the center. Yeah. We'll see how that go.
And that's the thing. Like, it's a small ball, so it's kind of like it might favor the Warriors a little bit more because they're more of a small ball team than the Mavericks. But hey, just know I'm gonna be wearing my Kyrie jersey because I got my Mavs jersey in my room with Kyrie. So I'm gonna be wearing it, and you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be hey. So
here's my last question to you. Like, ain't Dallas and Memphis in the same division?
Yeah, no, I'm a big Kyrie fan. So whatever Kyrie goes, I'm gonna trust me. Like if he came to Memphis, I'm talking my shit every day.
Would you trade Ja for Kyrie straight?
See, here you go. See, I was just talking about this.
I was just trying to. I want to see how much you like him.
Yeah, wait. Wait a minute. Kyrie can play the 2.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Play the 2. Yeah.
You're right.
See, he one of them GMs. Oh, what about you betray Robin Went? No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about Kyrie Irving. I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about Kyrie Irving.
You're right.
Let me find out on Twitter. No, man. Hey, all right, cool, bet. I'm gonna see him a Torrey Craig jersey with the Knicks on.
Oh, please no.
Yup. But no, man, I'm glad it's gonna be some good games coming back from the All-Star weekend because boy, we needed it. So but yeah, I feel like it's gonna be it all ties down who's gonna win the fourth quarter because at the end of the day, I mean the Mavs always have that number due to Kyrie going off against them. So even without AD, I mean if Kyrie goes off, I mean
they had 42 last time they played. So yeah. We'll see how it goes. It's gonna be competitive. We're gonna reconvene again next week. Probably talk some of these games now. If the Knicks beat the Celtics on Sunday, I'm gonna hear about it from the group chat. I already know. I doubt that's gonna happen. I think continue on winning. Like we 5-1 against them in the last 6, so I'm not really too concerned about them niggas. But for the time being, it's gonna be an intriguing week. Gonna have like some players of the week once we come back on next episode and just do some more things. Just want to shout out everybody's social media. Follow me on the Hoop Panel, all social media platforms on YouTube, TikTok, IG, Twitter. Jay Boogie, shout your social media out.
Follow me on Twitter, JClutchHoops1_. Follow me on TikTok, JBoogie1998, and then follow my YouTube at JClutchSports. And follow the Hoop Panel.
Tay, you want to shout your social media?
Yeah, follow me, Tajon Archive, on every single social media. I might follow you back. Shout out Francisco Garcia, man, Rockets legend.
Shout out to Quincy Acey, angry man, always ready to throw hands.
I got one. The Rockets. Shout out to my boy Chuck Hayes with the free throw. The little free throw. Shout out to my boy Chuck Hayes.
That's a good one.
Chuck Wagon, the traveling free throw.
Tip to him.
Yeah, Hoop Panel, we out here, man.
So.